A very good morning to all. Today we'll be dealing with the topic cyanosis. It is defined as the bluish discoloration of the skin and the mucous membrane resulting from an increased quantity of reduced hemoglobin or the hemoglobin derivatives in the small vessels of the tissues. Reduced hemoglobin means the deoxygenated hemoglobin when its concentration increases more than 4 gram per deciliter, and the abnormal hemoglobin may be methemoglobinemia or sulfhemoglobinemia. It is demonstrated at the sites lips, nail beds, ears, and malar prominences. What is the mechanism of development of cyanosis? The factors which leads on to the alveolar hypoventilation, ventilation perfusion mismatch at the lung level, or conditions causing right to left shunting at intracardiac or the intrapulmonary level leads on to cyanosis. It is classified as central cyanosis and peripheral cyanosis. Central cyanosis, it occurs due to the reduced oxygen saturation or some abnormal hemoglobin is present, while peripheral cyanosis occurs due to the slowing of the blood flow and extraction of oxygen from normal saturated arterial blood, like in conditions of the vasoconstriction. Central cyanosis, both the skin and mucous membrane are affected, while in peripheral cyanosis only the peripheral skin is affected. In central cyanosis, the exposed areas are warm while they are cold in case of peripheral cyanosis. Clubbing is generally present in case where central cyanosis is noted, while clubbing is not there in peripheral cyanosis. Causes of cyanosis. The causes could be divided for central cyanosis and peripheral cyanosis. The major two categories for central cyanosis are decrease in arterial oxygen saturation and abnormal hemoglobin. Decrease in arterial oxygen saturation, the causes could be first when there is a decreased atmospheric pressure, which is seen in cases of high altitudes, or secondly, there could be impaired pulmonary functions, which are seen in cases of when there are alveoli which are hypoventilating, or when there is a ventilation perfusion mismatch, which is seen in cases of pneumonia or emphysema. And thirdly, it could be impaired oxygen diffusion, like in cases of pulmonary edema and pulmonary fibrosis. Other cause where there is a decreased arterial oxygen saturation are the anatomic shunts, which are seen in cases of congenital heart diseases like TOF or TGA, or there may be presence of pulmonary arteriovenous fistulas or some other small intrapulmonary shunts. Secondly, the major cause is the hemoglobin abnormalities, that is the presence of methemoglobinemia or sulfhemoglobinemia, which may be either hereditary or acquired. While for the causes of peripheral cyanosis, they include condition causing decreased cardiac output, or when there is a cold exposure, when there is a redistribution of the blood flow from the extremities, or it could be arterial or venous obstruction. Arterial obstruction may be noted in case of embolism or Raynaud's phenomena, while venous obstruction is noted in cases of deep vein thrombosis. Now, what are the factors which affect the cyanosis in an individual? It could be first the skin thickness. The cyanosis is deeper in the thin skin areas. Secondly, the skin pigmentation. It is altered in cases of jaundice and are masked in dark races people or by application of some nail paints. Thirdly, the factors, the capillary factors, when there is an increasing in the number of the open capillaries or their diameter, it causes increase in the depth of the central cyanosis while it improves the peripheral cyanosis. Fourth factor is the amount of reduced hemoglobin or oxygenated hemoglobin. The cyanosis will become more deeper if the reduced hemoglobin is increased and oxygenated hemoglobin is decreased. Differential cyanosis. It is a condition where the cyanosis is more prominent in the toes rather than the upper limbs. It is seen in cases of patent ductus arteriosus with reversal of shunt, that is the development of Eisenmenger syndrome. Secondly, in cases of interrupted aortic arch. Thirdly, severe coarctation of aorta with ventricular septal defect and patent ductus arteriosus. And lastly, in cases of persistent pulmonary hypertension with patent ductus arteriosus. Treatment of cyanosis includes oxygenation for the initial stabilization of the patient. Secondly, it could be the warming of the exposed areas to treat the peripheral cyanosis. And third, it could be surgeries in cases of congenital heart diseases. Thank you.